Is it okay if I hit a ball over your head?
Ugh, are you serious? Dangerous, man.
I have a 72-degree wedge, though.
Yeah, but you're not Phil.
I am today, hopefully.
This might not end well.
Hey golf people, on today's episode we're testing out something pretty special. This is the 72-degree wedge. Yes, you heard that right, 72 degrees from Bombtech Golf. All I've ever wanted in life is to have those smooth, buttery flops like Phil Mickelson, and I think I might have found the club to do it. This was a club that we found inside the bag of someone in the Let's Play Thru community while we were doing a What's in the Bag video. I couldn't believe it. I had to check and see if it was legal. It is indeed legal. In fact, there's no USGA rule that specifies how lofted a wedge can be, so it is legal. And another fine gentleman of the Let's Play Thru community, Steven, sent me this wedge to test out and see if it could be the 14th club in my bag. You know, I've been looking for that extra club. I've had 13 clubs in my bag most of the summer. Can this be the 14th club? We're gonna try to find out today and see if I can become a Phil Mickelson out here. This is Robert. He's one of the professionals here at Carrollwood.
Hello.
Have you ever used a 72-degree wedge?
I have not.
Do they sell this in the pro shop?
We do not.
First impressions of the 72-degree wedge.
It looks like a pancake.
That's exactly what everyone says.
It's a very flat club.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is pretty. Nice color though.
So Robert's a brave man. He's gonna try to flop this shot right over my head. We'll see if he can do it. I hope he does, because I really don't want to get injured today. All right, we're gonna walk off 6 feet here, 6 feet. That's also the size of my dead body if you kill me right now.
What's that?
Woo!
Ready?
My wife wants more children, Robert. Ah!
All right, not too bad from Robert there, but he didn't quite go right over my head. I'm gonna try to go directly over Wade's here in just a moment, but stay tuned. We have a few more things to test first.
Just for comparison, this is my 58-degree wedge here on the left, and here on the right is the 72-degree, and you can really see how this thing lays flat. I'll tell you what, it's a really beautiful club. In fact, my son was like, "Daddy, that rainbow club is so cool. I really want to try it." It's got this really interesting finish to it. It is kind of like a rainbow. It's mostly like a green, but then it turns into these nice like red and purple tones, which is kind of cool. But as you know, I don't necessarily play golf clubs for cool factor. I play them for usefulness. This is a tool more than anything, but it is kind of cool in the back of the bag. It gets some looks, that's for sure. This here is probably the perfect time you would need to use a flop shot. So I've got a green here that's sloping severely, if you can see it on the camera. I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, but this is sloping severely from back to front. So I'm actually gonna be on the side here. I'm gonna need to flop it, and we're gonna need to make sure it lands somewhere in this area, and it's gonna roll right down there. This would be the perfect scenario for this type of shot. The hardest thing with this that I found is really just trying to figure out the weight of which to swing. And I'll be interested to see how this thing does on a tight lie as well. We got some really tight lies here as well as some more fluffy lies. We'll see how it performs in all of these different scenarios. Almost can't swing this club hard enough.
So I took a number of shots here, probably 30 to 40 shots. A lot of them were sculled, many were chunked, and very few actually hit the green. The ones that did were tightly dispersed here, as you can see, but I was just not feeling very comfortable with this club or very consistent in the least.
It's all too easy to do that. Look at that. All right, for me, this is one of the toughest shots in golf, a downhill bunker lie with not a lot of green to work with. We're gonna see if the 72-degree wedge can get underneath nicely and move it. Our goal will just be to clear out of the bunker. I think I found a shot that I'm good at, actually. So maybe this is the perfect use case for this wedge, a downhill bunker lie.
So I took this thing out on the range to see what is my max yardage with this club. It turns out it's about 25 yards with a full swing, which is just hilarious. And it seemed like the harder I swung, the shorter and the higher that it actually went. So there you go. So now that I'm hitting a few good shots, I'm feeling a little bit more confident. It's finally time for the Phil Mickelson challenge. Let's bring in Wade.
How do you feel about me trying to hit one over your head?
I don't. This is a terrible idea. Can I close my eyes or have to keep my eyes open?
Close your eyes.
I pee a little
Ah, I didn't even hit it.
hit the ball. That's the problem. I did kind of pee a little bit.
You feel?
I don't think it's visible.
Yes!
I flinched. I flinched, but
That was right. It's easy, man. Now, it would be pretty stupid for us to actually hit real golf balls over each other's heads because, listen, we're not that good. I used almost golf balls. They're foam golf balls. They look the same size as regular golf balls, kind of feel like regular golf balls, but they're a harder foam. And they go about 30% of the distance of real golf balls. So safe for the backyard, safe for indoors, basically, and safe for blasting one over your friend's head. So if you want to have a little bit of fun, don't use a real ball, use one of these. So the thing is, you really got to trust this club. It's very hard to just get it consistent. I had a little run where I probably hit 4 or 5 shots in a row, but then I went back to sculling it and chunking it. I'm not sure this is going to be the club for me, just because there's such a fine line between hitting an amazing shot and hitting a really pitiful shot. Now, this club, I think, will make you a better player around the greens. Absolutely, if you do some practice with this. I think this is a great practice tool, believe it or not, just to kind of feel the swing and to really get your hands moving correctly because, again, because of that fine line, it's easy to chunk it, to scull it. And if you're already a bad chipper, I think this could actually make you a better chipper because it's going to help you with your hands. I know it sounds crazy, kind of counterintuitive, but sometimes I like to play with equipment that doesn't necessarily suit me, but would make me a better player. And honestly, I think this could be one of those cases. Would I put this one in my bag? I don't think so. I just can't be consistent enough with it. And the chances of actually needing this club only happens maybe 1 or 2 shots around maximum. Probably just 1, honestly. And for me to carry the club just for that 1 shot I'd have in the round, I think I could probably do just as well or better with my 58-degree wedge, to be honest. Open that up a little bit. I can still hit a flop shot with that club. And I know that I can get a lot more use of that club out on the course because I use it around the green for all sorts of different types of shots. Certainly there's a comfort factor, and the comfort factor would build having this club in my bag, but I just don't know if it would build quickly enough because you just don't use that type of shot that often in golf. Comparatively, it's very rare. You're going to use your driver 14 times. You're going to use your putter hopefully 20 times, but more like 30 times. And when you do that, you get more repetitions and more practice. But if you've got the time to really put in the work to be out here for a couple of weeks with this club, you probably could get really proficient with it, and then it would be helpful. For me, though, it's just not the one. I really do appreciate the fact that I got a chance to try it. If you ever want to send me something, I always leave my P.O. box in the About section, as well as down in the description below. So you can always hit me up and let me know if you've got something you want me to try out for you. I'd be happy to do it. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to catch you back here very soon on another edition of Let's Play